Hello there, YouTubers. It's the it's the 12th of August, year 2026. So since I happened to kind of missed the the most optimal time to order some some takeaway food for lunch. So, well, thanks be to you guys, and thank God. I'm currently not exactly starving. Well, at least not as starving as I was a couple of weeks ago. So, but still, yeah, since I missed the, like I said, I happened to kind of to have overslept, and and also due to some other sort of some other foreseen complications. So here I thought I would like to show you guys part of the how should I put it, the part of the inventories of the donated food I received, and here is the the self-heating Chinese made self-heating bento bento box. So basically, here the Chinese characters says stirred fried rice with some grilled meat fillets with a fish flavor. Yeah, and it has a net weight of 371 grams, and yeah, but the image on its on its package merely serves as a a reference only, as a serves as a general source of information for cooking only. So for display only. So yeah, so let me show you the its table of ingredients and nutrients or nutritional value as shown by its manufacturer or manufacturers. I don't know if you guys can see the Chinese characters or kanji so clearly, but yes, apparently it says yes, for the rice pack it contains 120 grams of rice, and its ingredients made of rice, H2O, some sort of triglycerides, if I translated that that's chemical term correctly. Yeah, and yes, apparently it's made in Shandong province, and also, the veggie and the sauce pack has it contains some mushrooms, some fungus, some vegetable oil, and of course also tap water. What else? And salt and sugar, some green onion, some chili, and some spice, and some soy sauce or shoyu, in Japanese, or how should I pronounce it? Jiangyu in Mandarin. What else? Yeah, so basically, the rice pack has a shelf life of 12 months, but the flavoring, the pack of flavoring sauce has only a shelf life of only 9 months, and yet it also has a some other sort of accessory pack that I don't really know how to translate. But yeah, I guess it has something, maybe like some nuts, some nori, some seaweed. Though last time I opened, I checked, it contained no seaweed whatsoever. But some some powders, blah blah blah. But in any regards, yes, it has apparently, according to its nutritional value table, it contains plenty of, say, 1,896 joules of energy, and about 6.3 plus 8.8 plus 19.4 grams of protein per 100 grams of this type of self-heating bento box. Yeah, and of course fat 41.9 plus 1.8 plus 44.8 grams, and of course carbohydrates 9.9 plus 77.5 plus 24.5 grams of carbohydrates in total, apparently according to the table of nutritional value it presents. And sodium 1,196 micrograms plus 12 micrograms plus 61 micrograms. Yeah, so I guess in terms of sodium, it hasn't exceeded the recommended level of daily intake, by the UN Health Organization and the EU, and also, say, the Americans Food and Drug Administration, blah blah blah. So yeah, so I guess yes, it's not that salty overall. So yeah, just show you the out pack, and then I'll show you guys its inner contents, and how and the rough steps of how to you know, how to prepare it in a safe and sound and proper manner.